compulsions, but there's a legal logic which stands right now against the political compulsions. The information we have at times now is that Mayawati is just not listening, not even to the top legal minds who've been advising her government till this point of time. So is this all politics? Where is it going? On the debate tonight, we're joined from Kolkata by Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Senior Congress Leader, Rajya Sabha MP and Congress National Spokesperson. We're joined from New Delhi by former Minister, top BJP Leader, Rajya Sabha MP and National Spokesperson of the party, Ravi Shankar Prasad. Also joining us to give a perspective of the left, the Communist Party of India's Senior Leader, Atul Kumar Anjan. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us on this show this evening. First question goes to you. You said this is not political, yet you say, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, that you're feeling vindicated at the end of what is an advisory board order. That's a legal opinion. And again, you plumb this matter straight into the political arena. Why are you so intent on keeping it alive?
Well, no, I'm sorry. We never said like that. Right from day one, we have been saying that the invocation of National Security Act against Varun Gandhi, in the last 40 years, the first political activist was detained. You remember during emergency or JP movement, when we were young students, we used to be detained like that. Now today, the advisory board, which is headed by retired High Court judges, they have said there is no legal basis for this because advisory board is a constitutional obligation under the fundamental rights. If you are detained, you have got the right to represent. That is the constitutional rights available. Now, if a proper judicial legal body headed by High Court judges retired have come to a conclusion that this entire invocation was bad in law, was mala fide, this vindicates us to this extent that the entire NSA invocation against Varun Gandhi was the worst form of vote bank politics and political vendetta. No. That stands confirmed.
No, but Abhishek Manu Singhvi, we clearly remember that your party said there is a secret alliance and understanding between Mayawati and the BJP. You took that position. Today, would you like to reconsider that position and say that you perhaps got it wrong?
Arnab, there are 3 or 4 issues. First of all, absolutely, I do not reconsider it. We repeat that charge. That's based on a set of huge number of circumstances, including putting up of weak candidates by the BSP in several places in Uttar Pradesh against BJP candidates to enable the latter to win. But I'm on 2 different facets altogether, which are being missed out. You, in a sense, summarized and answered your query. This whole thing was started by whom? By Mayawati, UP government. This whole thing is right or wrong legally, whether at the advisory board or the Supreme Court, by whom? Mayawati, UP government. If it's been invalidated by anybody, it's a slap in the face of the UP government. We never asked her to do so. But there is a second facet with which you are very interested. Effectively, Mr. Varun Gandhi, who started off with much sound and fury to be a tiger, has turned out to be a paper tiger. He has been leashed, he has been gagged, he has undertaken to the Supreme Court, and along with that undertaking, and you haven't found him speaking in the slightest way out of turn. So it's obvious that there is a marked difference between what you saw on television then and now. Along with that, he has rightly been denied victimhood and martyrhood by no longer being under NSA. Otherwise, he'd be claiming victimhood. So Congress is quite happy. And if there is any legal slap, it's in the face of the UP government. If there is any denial of victimhood, martyrhood, and a leashing and undertaking and gagging, it is on Varun Gandhi. On either count, we have nothing to say except to say that the right thing has happened.
Right. Okay. No, but explain this. First, let me get Atul Kumar Anjan's point of view on this, because he was also virulently against Varun Gandhi at that point of time when he said that, you know, this whole CD is doctored, this hate speech was never made. Would you like to reconsider your position today, Mr. Anjan? Because, you know, advisory board opinion has to be taken seriously. You can't say that's politically motivated.
Mr. Arnab, one point is very clear, that whatever speeches he has made, Varun, is highly inflammable speeches. And the way he has presented his views, it was an attempt to divide the society, and that was for a nefarious purpose, and to crystal clear that the people of the Pilibhit took it otherwise. Even whatever the state government has done and whatever the advisory board has taken the stand. But I just want to remind one thing, that the immediate past chief election commissioner has very frankly admitted and said to the media that I have gone through with the whole cassette and there was no distortion, and whatever the action
No.
taken, it is the
Mr.
minimum
Ranjan.
one.
Mr. Ranjan.
The cassette contains most inflammatory speeches.
Mr.
So I
Ranjan.
think now that, all right, because of the loopholes,
No, but
because of
Mr.
the
Ranjan,
loopholes,
it's not
somebody
that.
may get some advantage, but that doesn't mean that what he has spoken and what he
No,
has
it's
said
not.
is its impact cannot be
No, no,
measured.
no.
And I think it's a highly inflammatory speeches, and it is to divide the society.
Mr.
And
Ranjan-
it's a speech which was
Mr.
given
Ranjan-
to communalize the situation.
Mr. Ranjan, the point here is not about whether the CD is doctored or not. The issue is simple. It's the extent of the law that is used against him. It is about whether the National Security Act needs to be used against him. The National Security Act, may I remind you, Mr. Ranjan, when it has been used right from the 60s against trade union leaders, then it has been called an excessive use of a law where it is a matter of protest. So, there can't be one law for union leaders and one law for Varun Gandhi. My question now is straight and political to you, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad. Let's get out of the legality of it. There is enough proof now, isn't there, of this secret understanding between you and Mayawati? Is it not possible that you are all play acting? You're fooling the people, you're play acting. Mayawati is today taking this matter to the Supreme Court to give an impression that she's taking on the BJP. The BJP is carrying on attacking Mayawati, whereas the real fact is, in the morning today, LK Advani was speaking for Mayawati and against Mulayam Singh Yadav when it came to criticizing Mulayam's comment on the imposition of President's rule in Uttar Pradesh. That exposed it all. The fact that you have one line with Mayawati politically and another line with Mayawati legally when it suits you politically when it comes to Varun Gandhi. What's the real story of what's cooking between Mayawati and Advani, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad? Please be a little candid on this one tonight.
Arnab Goswami, please allow me to reply to a very long query. I reject your allegation with the contempt it deserves. If UP today is in a mess, it is the creation of both Mayawati and Mulayam Singh Yadav. Let's be very clear about it. Advani ji has only said in the context of the highly unconstitutional demand raised by Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav. We know the constitutional convention, including the judgment of Bombay by the Supreme Court as to how presidential rule can be imposed. But Arnab, I was a little amused to hear the observation of my good friend Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Here was the Congress, Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav, also aided by the left, that why Varun was allowed to go to Pilibhit, why he was not arrested in Delhi. And when he goes to Pilibhit, Mayawati goes one step ahead, lo, I will detain you under the NSA, a patent abuse. And Lalu Prasad goes 10 steps ahead, that I will crush Varun Gandhi by bulldozer. I repeat, it was vote bank politics at its worst.
No, but you have not answered my question. No, but
my question is very clear.
Mr. Prasad,
no understanding whatsoever.
Mr. Prasad, I have a straight,
please
you
allow me to
cannot
speak.
avoid answering that question.
I have already replied to
No, you have-
no understanding with Mayawati. I am rejecting your charge with the contempt it deserves. Mayawati has created a mess for UP, and that mess was evident when the whole governmental abuse was rebuffed by the advisory board. But the point I am trying to make it, that whether it was Mayawati or Congress party or Mulayam Singh or Lalu Prasad, they showed their ugly vote bank color in the worst form in the case of Varun Gandhi.
No,
and today, that is the vindication I'll try to highlight.
No, I am looking at the straight politics of it. The fact is, in this country, people take legal positions when it suits them politically. You haven't answered my question, and I'm going to come back and ask you why, Mr. Prasad, when there are political murders and other excesses in Uttar Pradesh, your party never raises a point, even a single point against Mayawati. I'll come back to you on that one. But let me ask you, Dr. Singhvi.
Should I respond immediately or no?
No,
Should I respond
Yes,
immediately
yes.
or no?
No, let me finish now. Let me finish.
Yes.
1 minute.
The BJP has been most forthright in condemning Mayawati's rule. Our hundreds and thousands of workers were arrested, suffered lathi charge. We all
Mr.
know it.
Prasad.
Let's talk about that. The secret understanding
Mr.
between
Prasad.
Mayawati and Congress party is well known. And when Mr. Manmohan Singh government was suffering no confidence, Mayawati party also bailed him out.
Mr.
In the election of President of India,
Prasad.
Mayawati's party BSP supported the Congress party.
Mr.
These
Prasad.
are too well known.
Mr. Prasad, the fact is you're keeping your options open.
Can I now speak?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Singh. I had a question for you, but go ahead.
No. I'm waiting for your question. I'm waiting for
My
your question.
question to you is this, Dr. Singh. That why did the Congress party, which stands for great democracy and no misuse of Article 356, despite its own checkered record in the imposition of President's rule in the past, not one word, not one strong statement, not an angry and agitated response to Mulayam Singh Yadav saying, whichever combination sacks Mayawati, we will get our support. The fact that he shouldn't have made that kind of a remark, which is seen as brazen, why not a whimper of a reaction from the Congress?
I'm glad you've asked that question, Arnav. Let me set the record straight. Perhaps in your diverse schedules, it has escaped your attention. The Congress has categorically, unequivocally and unambiguously rejected that demand. I have myself said on several places, including PTI, you and I, that such a demand in anticipation, in advance, as a kind of a condition for giving support, cannot possibly be countenanced, and the Congress has nowhere remotely, impliedly accepted it. And I'm glad you asked the question because it allows me to set the record straight once more in your channel. So that should be out of the way. Number two, I think everybody except those who want to be ostrich in the sand know that the BJP and the BSP are old partners. They have slept politically together in Uttar Pradesh for many years. They backstabbed each other and went out of favor. In these elections, the names of constituencies we know, including that of Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi, where the BSP has set up strategic candidates to help the BJP. We know the backtrack, track 2, track 3, track 4 things going on. And it is our measured belief that Mr. Varun Gandhi was first allowed to make such a speech and allowed to proceed in a procession in Pilibhit to divide polarized voters, to try to get what he felt was the Hindu vote, although the Hindu vote is never so perverse and ridiculous as Mr. Varun Gandhi supposes. And thereafter, the whole charade and drama of imposing an NSA was for victimhood and martyrhood to him. And now that whole process is continuing to keep the issue alive. That's our very specific charge. And tell me one thing, what has the Congress done? The Congress never imposed NSA. The Congress didn't issue the notification. The Congress didn't argue before the advisory board. When they asked the central government, they only said,
Dr. Singhvi, let me correct you. Dr. Singhvi, let me correct you. Let me correct you. You may not have been the principal mover, but you've been the principal party applauding from the background, and you said this is great, this is fantastic, Varun Gandhi deserves the NSA.
No, let me tell you.
Don't change your position on that one, Dr. Singhvi.
Let me correct you. We have condemned what was said, number one. Number two, we have laughed at this defense that it is a doctored tape. No. I have said myself that there are million injunctions given every day on prima facie evidence. And number three, we have said that this must be punished under law. We have never said that the NSA is the right way to punish it or the wrong way. We have said it's between you, the UP government, the Supreme Court and the advisory board. We have nothing to do with it. The central government was asked. They simply returned the reference saying, we don't have any reason to interfere on behalf of in favor of Varun Gandhi or against Varun Gandhi. That's all.
Dr. Singhvi, since you have just said, I'm glad first of all that you made that clarification, and you said in my busy schedule I couldn't have, noticed the strong ire with
categorically I have rejected it.
With which the Congress party made a point on Mulayam Singh Yadav. However, you cannot deny the fact that not once did the Congress party question the imposition of NSA against Varun Gandhi. Not once did the Congress party come out and question the imposition of NSA and its states to
Arnav, it's a little, that question is there, but it's actually a misfit question. The Congress had no locus, no reason to question, support or reject it. It was a proceeding. We condemned unequivocally the statement. Thereafter the proceeding started. In the Supreme Court, remember, the central government was asked.
Proceeding.
The central government said, in the Supreme Court officially they said that it is a matter between the UPA government, the advisory board, Mr. Varun Gandhi.
But Dr. Singhvi, the proceeding is a consequence of the statement. You cannot separate the two. I know you're an astute lawyer, but the proceeding under NSA...
No, I'm not separating. I'm only saying that we have never said that the NSA is the only right way of punishing Varun.
Okay.
Varun has IPC cases pending against him. 1 minute. Varun has IPC cases, the regular cases of hate speech pending against him. We never said that he must be additionally punished with NSA. It's a very clear distinction.
He has IPC cases under
Arnab, can I
307.
assure you? Can I join in?
Yes, please come. Go ahead. Go
Arnab,
ahead. Go
can I
ahead. Go
join
ahead. Go ahead, Ravi Shankar Prasad. Go ahead.
Arnab, you have caught Mr. Singhvi really on the wrong foot today. Congratulations to you. When NSA was imposed, Congress party did not utter a word of condemnation. When the great legal luminary
Of course we
Chidambaram
did.
being the Home Minister, the view was sought that this whole government of India vacillated not a word. Therefore, the whole liaison was more than evident. And I repeat my charge, BSP supported the presidential candidate in the last presidential election. Last year, when Mr. Manmohan Singh government was facing no confidence, the whole of BSP was standing behind them. Therefore, all this is more than evident the kind of relationship, liaison and very intimate political affinity which Congress and BSP is having. Therefore, Congress today has no legs to stand because my good friend
but
knows
thank you.
that the advisory
Mr.
board has
Prasad.
rejected.
No,
their
Mr. Prasad.
kind of
Mr.
belated
Prasad.
explanations.
No, Mr.
Arnab,
Prasad,
Arnab,
no,
yes.
Mr. Prasad, 1 minute. I'll reply.
Arnab,
I come
one
to you,
second.
Dr. Singhvi.
Arnab.
No, Dr. Singhvi, I'll come to you, but because I have been given, a backhanded compliment by Ravi Shankar Prasad, let me also tell you, Mr. Prasad.
I want to take a minute.
Let me
yeah.
tell, it's difficult being sandwiched between two top lawyers, but let me tell you, Mr. Prasad, with the utmost respect to you and to your statements,
Yes.
which we hope have, don't keep changing over a period of time. I don't remember either, Mr. Prasad, that any point of time that you said that, okay, NSA is bad, section 307 IPC, 147, 148, 149, riot and related offences, 332 and 336, doing any act that endangers human life or the personal safety of others are also cases which perhaps should be treated as infructuous and thrown aside right now. You never said that. You never drew a
can I
add
distinction
something
between the
now, Arnab?
IPC
Can
and
I
the
add
NSA.
something?
Let
You
me
didn't
reply
draw
to
a
it.
distinction.
Arnab, I want to add something.
One minute, let him reply.
Swami, we said very clearly and categorically that the law will take its own course. Varun Gandhi denied that. Election Commission recommended imposition of those cases. He will face trial. But the patent abuse of NSA because of this whole political vote bank politics and vendetta, we have been saying from day one. And I repeat, Congress party, Mulayam Singh Yadav, Mayawati and Lalu Prasad, all are selling in the same boat because of ugly vote bank
I'll let
politics.
Abhishek
And their design
Arnab,
is standing close to them.
Abhishek Singhvi
very
respond.
quickly, Arnab.
Yes.
Yes, very quickly. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad has predictably done a clear hit wicket and a self goal. He says the only charge he makes against me is that the Congress never condemned the imposition of NSA. That makes my precise point. The NSA was not imposed by us. After it was imposed by UP Mayawati,
And you will
we
keep quiet.
clearly said
Patent abuse is
that we
just
are
keep
not
quiet.
here, we are not, of course, we are not here to condemn it in favor of Varun Gandhi. That's not our job. Why should we condemn it in favor of Varun Gandhi?
Human rights.
That's ridiculous charge.
Mr.
Secondly,
Singhvi, it was abuse of
secondly,
NSA.
1 minute,
Because Ajmal Kasab was not imposed
1 minute.
by NSA.
You are talking,
What do you
you are
say that?
talking, Mr.
Ajmal
Ravi Shankar
Kasab in
Prasad,
Mumbai.
you are talking,
NSA was
Mr. Ravi
not
Shankar
involved.
Prasad.
It was
1 minute,
abuse of
1
power.
minute, don't mix up issues. Don't mix up issues. Ajmal
what-
Kasab, and I don't know whether you want to compare Varun Gandhi with Ajmal Kasab. Let me come back to
No,
the
I'm
point.
not. I'm
The
on the
second
abuse of
point which is
NSA.
missed out is
I'm on the abuse
the
of
second
Let him
point-
reply,
the
sir.
second point
Mr.
which you are
Prasad,
missing
let him
out.
reply.
The second point you are missing out is he made the other hit wicket. He clearly pointed out. Everybody, the whole nation saw that when the trust vote on nuclear was being done, who and which combination was supporting whom. Mayawati stood rock steady with Advani ji and his party to create uncertainty, instability and drop the Manmohan Singh government. They tried their best. There was a pincer movement, a tandem movement. Money was brought into the house. That was Mayawati and BJP. That is the real proof of where the sympathies lie,
yes.
where the collusion lies. That's the real conspiracy.
Yeah. Okay, I have just one question to Atul Anjan, who's been caught in the middle of this debate. I want to go to you, Mr. Anjan, on one very straight question. Does it cause you some discomfort that all your allies are willing to do business with the BJP? Mayawati seems to be ready to do business or seems to be in some kind of understanding with the BJP. That's the Congress party. So Jayalalitha says, I'm keeping all my options open. And Mayawati is someone you have an alliance with, an understanding with. Jayalalitha is someone you have a political electoral understanding with. Does it cause you discomfort?
Arnab, you have raised a correct point, but I just want to say my two learned friends, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad and Dr. Singhvi, were, you see, arguing like that they are arguing in Supreme Court, and both of them were twisting the truth. Whichever suits to them, they will be. Anyway, I cannot fight with them because lot of, you see, CRPC, IPC things they will have in their kitty and they will put it. But the main question is right now that, as you say, Arnab, we the left has given a, you see, perspective that we want to have a non-BJP, non-Congress government at the center.
No.
Yes, with many, you see, parties we have an understanding, and we hope that after the 16th of May, the results will be there,
Okay.
and we think that we will be able to form a non-BJP, non-Congress
Okay.
government. Many of the parties which were the partners of the NDA and UPA till other day, they were criticizing left like anything.
Sure.
Now all of a sudden they have started showering flowers on us,
True.
including Congress party and some of the allies of the UPA and some of the allies of the NDA. But I think at this present moment, when the election is a very, you see, crucial one,
Right.
and the people's mandate is so, you see, secret one,
Yes, but
anything can happen.
anything
And
can happen,
I
of
hope
course.
that
Yeah.
I just want to mention one fact,
But-
that non-Congress and non-BJP ruled states will have voted in a big number. Take the case of West Bengal, take the case of Andhra
West
Pradesh,
Bengal-
take the case of Kerala,
but-
take the
but-
case
but
of
Mr. Anjan-
So all these states, you see, are showing some results, and I hope. I hope all rights of, you see, all sorts of, you see,
Yep.
Game plan is going
but
on,
Mr.
track 1,
Mr.
track
Anjan-
2, track 3, track 4, whatever is there.
But Mr. Anjan,
I hope
whether
that
you
the
like it or not-
non-Congress parties
No, no.
and non-BJP parties will come together.
Whether
and
you
form
like it or
government
not,
at the
Mr. Anjan, everyone, including the left and the other non-Congress, non-BJP parties, will have to get involved in this one big khichdi after the 16th. Thank you, Mr. Anjan. Thank you, Abhishek Manu Singhvi and Ravi Shankar Prasad, debating partners in the Supreme Court.
Thank you.
And on tonight. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Coming up on the other side, the other big story of the day. We're back in 2 minutes on